Well, hello, all. Scott here, review guys. Part two. If you just saw part one, then this is part two. If you didn't see part one, then this is part. So I was talking about ECW. Now I want to talk about all the things that have happened, really just in the past week or so, that I felt like I wanted to talk about. And let's begin. Oh, let me begin with Spurs Citizen. Spurs Citizen. Young man, young woman, I don't know. I assume it's a young man. Based on just the trends. But Spurs Citizen wrote on our message board that he, or she, he, is subscriber number 1700. It's a milestone subscriber number. And I have no way of confirming that, so I'll just take your word for it, Spurs Citizen. So welcome, but thank you for being number 1700. And that means that all of you now, if you can make claims that I can't substantiate everything, just so you can go to the message board and say whatever you want. So I'm just free license, unless I can prove otherwise. Which I can't, because I'm utterly powered. Anyway, we also, I believe, Truth Slayer sent a lot of people our way, so thank you, welcome to the people, if that's happened, because usually we kind of trickle upward, we maybe get like one a week. This week we got like 40 something. So, that's a lot of people. So anyway, welcome aboard everybody. Now let's talk about some things. Somebody mentioned or asked me, Scott, what do you think about Ricky Ortiz? Well, here's what I think about Ricky Ortiz. Now, I liked Ricky Ortiz. I never didn't like Ricky Ortiz. Because some of you did, and I never fully understood why somebody would dislike him, right? As opposed to just not liking him. Here's what I thought about it, and I feel like his problem was more creative than it was anything else, in my opinion. I felt, and they did it just once, we got a glimmer of it, a glimpse of it, right when he first debuted, what Ricky Ortiz was, I think, going to be was arrogant and almost childishly narcissistic, and everything that you would find unlikable, everything you would see in a heel. However, he would not be a heel, he would be a face, because his arrogance was innocent. There was a childlike quality to his selfishness that just, am I making any sense here? And I feel like we were getting back there when he started to do this rally up, and he seemed to think more of himself than he really should have, but there was a charm to it, in my personal opinion. He had been used as a heel in the matchups, but I felt that there was something there, but I guess they just felt they didn't have any place to use it. So, unfortunately, Ricky, good luck on your future endeavors, which I'm sure you've heard before. No, really. Contract on a pole match we saw on Monday Night Raw. Contract on a pole match, in which there was a contract on a pole. Whoever gets the contract from the pole. There was just something very odd to me. Couldn't they come up with a contract match? How about a contract match? Why is it? Orton, here's a boo. Somebody had a sign that said, Orton, here's a boo. And I thought it was brilliant. And I was jealous that I didn't come up with it because it was brilliant. Now then, this, I wrote something there and I cannot tell what that was. This past week took place in, this took place in Canada, right? And everybody in Canada is weird. Wrestling fans. Except for those of you who are subscribers or even passing viewers of me. You're not weird, not you. But all those other ones. The people that attacked Jericho outside his, remember when he punched that girl? You remember that? Those were good times. Did you see that? Did you see the video on Nancy Grace of the little child being dragged around by the little harness? Did you see that? I didn't care. If a kid gets dragged around by a harness, the kid deserves it. In the same way that if that girl got punched by Jericho, she asked for it. Anyway, but the saddest part, it throws the whole dynamic off. The Canadian audience. The saddest part, though, is that the good guys who are not Canadian get cheered for less than the bad guys who are. Morrison versus D.H. Smith, or David Hart Smith. Now, does David Hart Smith talk with an English accent? Somebody tell me that. Because it's the British Bulldog. Wait, no. The British Bulldog was Davy Boy Smith, who is British, right? And the Dynamite Kid, Tom... What? Okay. Just fill in the blanks down at the bottom. But is D.H. English? I don't know. But anyway, because of the Hart connection, obviously they loved him in Canada, and this really broke my heart, because Morrison not only is super talented, and not only does he give everything to his performance and his craft and his audience, but now here the people are cheering D.H. Smith, and I don't really like him. What do you think? I mean, I hear a lot of good talk about Tyson Kidd, and I just don't see that Tyson and D.H. are anywhere close to being there yet. So it bothered me to see that. Mike Knox, who has a beautiful beard. I'm horribly jealous. I'm going to start trimming the beard back, folks. It's time to come off. It really is. But I can't just get rid of it, because then I would look like I have no face. Because, you see, you think that there's face in here, but there's not. Or you think there's even face like right there, but there's not. There's no face under here. So I need to slowly get back. So it might, next time you see me, hopefully I'll try to be back next week. Or in a couple of days for ECW. And hopefully then you will see that I don't know, whatever. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here. Just don't be shocked if the beard slowly comes off. Of course, many of you will be very happy because many of you hate the beard, which I think is inconceivable. But Mike Knox has a very high voice. And once he was doing there was a pre-taped promo that he did. And that was the first time I realized what a high voice this giant monster of a man has. And that's the thing about Mike Knox, is unlike most monster heels, and I'm thinking Big Daddy V in recent years, Kali is a heel, Umaga, and I'm sure there are many more that I can't remember. But they all get on my nerves very quickly. Big Show even, as a monster heel, even though I changed my mind about him. I love what he is with Jericho. I love that thing. But anyway, Knox doesn't get on my nerves as a giant heel. I like him. But that voice, you know. He kind of sounds, and they had him whisper this time. Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare. He was trying, he almost pushed it up into the you know, the Mick Foley or the Mankind. And the clocks are going off, so I'm going to talk very loud and very quick. Oh, I will say this. It's a cuckoo clock, if you can't hear it. I don't know. Ranjin Singh. We find out Ranjin Singh is the brother of Great Khali, which answers a lot of questions. Confuses me, really, because all this time I thought that Ranjin Singh was Khali's girlfriend. I didn't realize they were brothers. Then finally, Hardy Boys. And, oh my, I'm very short on time. Hardy Boys, I thought was beautiful. Beautiful what we saw at the end of SmackDown. You know, so last week we didn't know, you know, Matt helps Jeff, but there was this kind of feeling of, wait, what happened? What was that all about? And then this week, Jeff's getting whooped up on. John Morrison comes to save the day, and he couldn't. Everybody's getting whooped up on, then in comes Matt, right? Then the ring is cleared, and it's just Jeff in the corner of the ring like this. Oh man, that's my brother, man. And Matt comes over and they had this bonding moment where not a word is spoken. Beautiful though. Beautiful. Matt swallowed his pride. We don't know what's going to happen from now on. I mean, maybe it's not a face turn. But it was still beautiful. It didn't make me cry. And I'm not above crying at wrestling. I can't tell you how many times there's been a little tear. And I'm not afraid to admit that, because I have no pride anymore. Anyway, I have now exceeded my time limit, so... Oh, and I will take credit, by the way, for Matt's face turn. Did I not call for it last video? I said, Matt, darn you! So, okay, I'm going to make one more video. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to address the Chris issue next video, for all of you who are dying to know. So I'll see you Tuesday. I will do my darndest to be here Tuesday. We'll talk then. Adios.